Hey, what's going on? This is the live recording of episode 52 of the Client by Client podcast. What is up? We'll get started with our formal recording here in less than a minute after I get through these errors that are popping up because of my poor internet connection. It's usually really good at this time, so I'm kind of surprised. If this is your first time here, drop the number 1. Would love to welcome you. If you're a repeat offender, drop some emojis in. Let me know how things are going. And all of my connections are going bad right now. So we might relaunch this here in a second. We'll just see how this goes. If I get another pop-up, then I'll go ahead and just wrap it and redo this live. Today, we're going to be talking about one of the 10 commandments of successful online coaches. It's making juicy offers. This is an important episode for you and your online business if your conversion rate is less than 50% from a sales call, or if you're below 15K a month. So no other pop-ups have come up, so I think I'm good. So let's hop in and let's bring this to life. Hey, what's up? Jeremy here from whatupjeremy.com, back with another episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for tuning in. In the last episode, we talked about something important. I got off a call with my Get Client students, and at the beginning of the call, I asked a very important question, which is, are you visualizing your success? And no one's hand went up. So I asked the opposite, who here is experiencing self-doubt and negative self-talk? And everyone's hand went up. If you right now are doubting your journey, doubting your abilities as an online coach, maybe you've been in a little bit of a dry spell, you haven't gotten a client in a while, and just things aren't going your way, I made this episode for you. So be sure to backtrack one episode to just understand everything I know about visualization, about its importance in your success, and how to leverage visualization in your day-to-day to make tangible progress and to attract in the exact scenarios, circumstances, and opportunities that you're going after. In today's episode, I'm going to be sharing with you in depth the first commandment of successful online coaches, which is you have to make juicy offers. Back in episode 12, we talked about the first, it was episode 12, but in episode 3, all the way back, we were so young. We talked about the 7 sins of online coaching. And then in episode 12, we went kind of deep on the first sin of online coaching, which is building it before you sell your program. And I'm going to do something different with these commandments. And basically, over the coming months, we're going to talk commandment by commandment. And then soon we'll have all 10 commandments recorded. So rather than just hand you all the commandments like we did with the 7 sins, we're going to break these down one by one. And you're going to discover these as you continue being subscribed to the show, as you stay in my world, and as you go on your coaching journey here with me. If you don't get today's episode right, 2 things happen. The first thing that happens is that you get leads, but they don't turn into paying clients. They are buyers, but they don't pay you. What ends up happening is they go sign up with another coach who does make them a super juicy offer, who speaks their language, who speaks in pains and problems, who is building their authority correctly. And they go and sign up with them, even though they know you, even though you may have been more help to them, even though you spent personal time on the sales call with them. And when they got on the sales call with the big coach, they had their sales team take it. So that's the first thing that happens. The second thing that happens is that you go about trying to fix everything else besides your offer in your online coaching business, and nothing changes because you never get to the root of the problem. And so what ends up happening is that you think that because your offer isn't converting organically and it isn't converting at all, that you need more faces, that you just need more leads and more people. So you go and try paid traffic only to lose the hard-earned dollars that you did earn, and your offer still sucks. So that's what happens if you don't get today's episode right. Let's hop in. Let's open up this first commandment of make juicy offers. And I have 3 things that I want to share with you to really get this point across to you, to shift how you're looking at your offer right now so that you can properly understand the importance of your offer and the components that need to go inside your offer so that your offer can succeed, and so that you end up at the end of sales call, and so that you end up at the end of your sales calls with your prospect saying, do you have room for me? How do I pay? When do I start? And when that happens, all the hard work is done. All you have to do is not blow it. The first thing that you need to understand about this first commandment of successful online coaches and making juicy offers is that your offer is not your coaching program. I'm going to say that again. Your offer is not your coaching program. They're two totally separate things, although they are related. Although one of your offers is an invitation to join your coaching program, that is not your offer. It is what gets them to join your coaching program, but it is not your coaching program. A lot of people think that their coaching program is your offer. And if you have that compartmentalized into the same area in your mind, you need to unpack that and you need to start looking at them as two different things. I have one program, and I also advocate for you to have one program until you hit your first $1 million in a 12-month rolling period. I have one coaching program, but I have many offers. Throughout the year, I create and have different offers. Some I've done in the past that really work, and so I do them every year. And then about 2 or 3 times a year, I switch up the offer so that I can connect with different people in my personal audience. The only people that ever hear my offers are people who are subscribed to my list, who are in my Facebook group. And then now you're starting to get them by being in my world through this client by client podcast. So your offer is not your coaching program. Your coaching program is what you deliver to your paying clients. The offer is the invitation that gets someone thinking about considering and then taking you up on your offer to join your coaching program, but it is not your coaching program. Say it with me. Your coaching program. Say it with me. Your offer is not your coaching program. Say it with me. My offer is not my coaching program. That's the first thing that you need to understand when it comes to making juicy offers. And the reason why I have this in here and the reason why I'm just kind of drilling this in so hard here today is because in order to be making juicy offers, you have to really understand what an offer is, the importance of it, and then you can start to actually asking yourself what needs to go in your offer so that it's actually juicy and so that more of your prospects take you up on it. So now let's talk about the 5 components of a juicy offer. The first component of your juicy offer is the promise. There has to be some promise that is clear, is easy to understand, and that your target prospects are already thinking about wanting. The issue is that you want to be super clever and super creative in the naming and in the results that your clients end up getting, and they're in your words, not in your markets. And I only know this from falling victim to this myself and allowing for it to happen because we get so close to our business that it's really hard for us to see the bigger picture. And so we end up thinking that we want to be different from others and do different things, or we see a coach that has massive authority and a massive audience, and they can get clever with their names, and you think that you can too, but you don't have their authority in the marketplace, nor do you have a big enough audience to be able to have something clever, and you probably haven't been in the game long enough for your audience to catch on to your cleverness. Clear is always better than clever, and you need to have a clear promise. The promise of the Get Clients program is 3 to 5 clients in 90 days or less. That's if you're just starting out and you're below 15K. If you're above that and you're already crushing in online coaching, let's double your online client roster over the next 30, 60, 90 days. And the reason why it's 30, 60, 90 days, why you guys hear me say that a lot, is because we give strategies in the Get Clients program to coaches who are already crushing it that allow for them to have an immediate injection of cash by renewing clients, by following up the right way. We give them ideas and scripts and templates to follow with this. And then in the program, we're going to show you how to be generating more leads. So what ends up happening is that with your existing audience, you're already crushing it. You make one of these tweaks, you switch up your offer, you follow one of our strategies, and boom, you went from having 3 or 4 clients the last month to you just signed up 6. And so for some coaches, that totally happens in the first 30 days. Others, it might take a little longer. My promise is that it's going to happen in your first 90 days in the Get Clients program, or you're going to hit 15K in clients, or you're at least going to have the strategies, tools, and methodologies for that to happen. This is assuming that you play full out, that you do what I say, that you don't doubt yourself. And that is a lot to ask, but when you're joining a coaching program, I think that should be the minimum standard. That's promise. The second thing that your offer needs in order to be juicy. Stop. Wow, that was muted that whole time. That is awesome. So I think I need to start back at number 2 if I am correct here. Darn it. Okay. She's been talking here to my damn self. Awesome. Second, there are 5 pieces of a juicy offer that you absolutely have to get right. Let's start up at the top with promise. Your coaching program has to have a very clear, easy to understand, easy to comprehend promise. The issue is that you want to get super clever with the promise of your online coaching program because you're looking at big box coaches who have way more authority than you currently have in the market, and they have a way bigger audience. They can do things like cleverly name their program, and their promises can be super clever and creative because even at a low percentage rate, they're going to go and make 6-7 figures off of their launch, off of the offer they're currently doing. You, as a coach below 15 to 30K a month, you have to get your promise super, super clear. The promise of the Get Clients program is super simple. Get your next 3 to 5 clients in 90 days or less. That's for the folks who are below 15K. I also get a lot of coaches who are doing more than 15K. And for those ones, we're going to double your client roster over the next 30, 60, 90 days. And the reason I have so much faith in that, and because I believe in that so much, is because those coaches who come our way, who are already succeeding, we give them 1 or 2 things, and bada bing, bada boom, they have a full booked calendar and a ton of new coaching clients. For the coaches who are newer, I know and believe that I have the best flow for organic coaches and for avoiding paid traffic and getting 3 to 5 clients every month, which should be a minimum of 15K. The first thing you have to get right is your promise. Do not be clever, be clear. Clear is always better than clever in your promise and in all of this. Second is urgency. Too many of you don't have enough of a reason for your prospects to buy with you on the phone. There are a couple things that you can do to overcome it. What you need to understand is that I have an evergreen program. You can join whenever. But if there's no urgency created, there's no reason for you to join right now. Good coaches know how to close. Great coaches know that urgency is manufactured. And I want you to write that down. Urgency is manufactured. It's completely fake. The way you do it is by creating deadlines. So I have one coaching program. It's called the Get Clients program. Throughout the year, I run different promotions so that I can talk to different parts of my market as they become ready to get them interested in having a conversation about joining. The way we get clients to sign up is by creating deadlines for them to join. Now, if you do sales calls, when you get to the end of call, there's this very common tactic of saying, hey, if you join right now, well, there's this price break. There's this price break that you can get by joining while you're here on the call. You can do that, and that can work. That can also piss a lot of people off because some people do need to go and talk with the spouse. Some people do need a little time to think or pray about it. So what I would do if I'm you is in your call booking funnel and in anywhere you can in your content, let people know that there is a special when you join on the call, or if you join on the call, I have something special for you at the end, which could be a price break. It could be a bonus. It could be something that goes away if they don't join now. It could be they get to come to some sort of event that you have and they get a ticket to it, and maybe even for a guest. You have to create urgency. Urgency is fake. It's manufactured. Third is your guarantee. There's always a risk when someone signs up for online coaching. There's a risk for you, and there's also a risk there's a risk for your prospect, and there's also a risk for you as a coach. What really good coaches and marketers do is they take the risk completely off the prospect and put it on themselves. A couple ways that you can do this is by offering if it doesn't work, if you don't love it, you give me 90 days to tell me, and you won't be responsible for any further payments. You could also say if you cancel in the first 30 that I'll give you all of your money back. I know a coach that offers a program, he sells high ticket, that if you don't get the results and don't absolutely love it, they'll not only refund you your money, they'll give you $1,000 to go and find your next coach. That's one of those things where it's like, wow, there's no risk for me then. Other ways that you can create a guarantee. You can get creative around it as long as you're clear in how you communicate it. So I know a coach who says if you don't cry at the end of your planning session, which is like the first session that they do in the coaching program, that you get your money back, or that we work with you for free. They want to like inspire you so much that you like want to cry because they put so much time and attention into this plan. So third is your guarantee. And what this does when done right is it reverses the risk. It puts it all on you. That way there's absolutely no reason why they shouldn't join your coaching program. Thing number 4, bonuses. Bonuses are an incredible way to get people to take action by including more. you can also pair some of the things we've previously talked about here in this episode to create some strength around it. For instance, you can manufacture urgency by having a bonus that expires. That if they don't join by this day, they just can't get the bonus. That could be some sort of event or mastermind that you're throwing. That could be some sort of extra session they get with you. If you do group coaching, you offer a one-on-one thing, but you have to join before this date. It could be some sort of planning session they get at the beginning during the prospecting and during your the sales process, or it can be when they join, they get some sort of one-on-one thing with you. Bonuses, when done right, should help your clients implement your program faster or immediately get the results without it. Another way is it helps them with the next problem they're going to have. So once they get in, like in Get Clients, you get 3 to 5 clients. Well, what's going to be your next problem? It's you have this training. It's about how to passively get clients every single month from social media. And I'm going to give you that once you get your first 3 to 5 clients. So it could be based on results. There's so many things that you can mix and match here in order to get it right. Bonuses can be things you previously had in your program that you took down. Bonuses could be prior speaking. A bonus could be a prior speaking gate. A bonus could be a speaking engagement you did in the past that was recorded. It could be a podcast interview you did in the past that's no longer available. It could be a book bundle that you send them from Amazon that you let them know. Bonuses create incentive, and you can pair this up with urgency in order to increase the strength in your offer. We've talked about promise, urgency, guarantee, and bonus. Last, but I think least important, but probably most important to those of you who do not have this right in your mind yet and your offer isn't converting well, is the price. The investment in the price should be the absolute last thing and the thing you least talk about in any of your prospecting or sales flow. We only share the price of the Get Clients program when we're doing sales calls at the end of the sales call. This means that someone has applied and booked a call, showed up for a 15-minute call so that we can be absolute certain that I'm the right person to help them, and then I invite them to a strategy session that's a 45-minute to an hour-long thing in the next 2 or 3 days following that initial call. Only at the end of that call do I share the price, and the reason is because you do not have enough context to understand what I charge. You don't have enough context to understand how I charge what I charge until we understand that the program can help you and what you'd get the most value from. You should never explain everything about your coaching program on an offer, on a sales call, and you should only talk about the things that are contextual to the problems and pains that you uncovered. A really good salesperson uncovers the pain and problem that the prospect on the other side has, repeats it, communicates it, makes sure that we're on the same page, clarifies it even more for the prospect so that the prospect for the first time in a long time, if ever, can feel seen, can feel valued, and feel heard. Only by them understanding what part of the program can directly impact them and what would be most valuable can they understand and have context to why you charge what it is that you charge. So you should never share the price or investment of your coaching program with someone who's not at the end of a sales call with you. It's just like, if I tell you my program is $100,000, you might just like, okay, got it, way too much for me. But you might not understand how the payments are structured, and that maybe payments aren't even due until you get a result. That's one way you could structure a coaching program. You could maybe even say, hey, it absolutely costs nothing, but we do a value share if you help businesses. So the price and the investment is the least important thing of the offer, but you do have to get it right. Some things that you also want to have inside a price that can create some urgency is maybe you put together a special payment package. Every now and again, we do a pay-as-you-profit plan in the Get Clients program for those who join, where maybe even the monthly installments that we have are a little much or out of reach to get them going. Well, we want to reverse the risk, so we create a pay-as-you-profit. So it's a very small weekly fee, and then as you join, it gets easier, and you can pay off the rest if you want and save some, or you can just continue on the small weekly payments. We only offer that at certain times of the year, which creates an urgency for people to join us. The 5 parts of a juicy offer are promise, urgency, guarantee, bonus, and price. You have to get these 5 things right. You have to continuously do an audit over time to make sure that you're getting them right, improving it, and getting better. The issue is that you're spending so much time doing other things or avoiding your business that you're not spending time in your offer. If you're familiar with Alex Hormozy and his $100 million offers books, it's why he wrote that first before he talked about leads and talked about sales. If you get the offer right, everything else is easier. And when you have a really good offer, you do not need to rely on hard closing, on hard selling, because you're going to believe in your offer. Your prospects are going to hear your offer, and it never gets to a point where you have to be a sleazy salesman at all. Thing number 3, I want to transform one more time during this episode how you look at offers. Many of you think that your offer is only the invitation to join your coaching program, when in reality, offers start from the moment a prospect discovers you. You go over to my Instagram and you read my bio. Let's say you just discovered me for the first time. You see that I have certain details about my business. I even say online coaches DM me clients for help. That is the beginning of a little bit of an offer. And if I did an even better job of it, I might say what they get when they message me help. There's just not enough characters in there. If you unpack your funnel, and I'm not talking about the pages that you have your prospects go through to get to your coaching program or to buy your thing at the end of it. What I'm talking about is the micro offers to get people taking the next step. Some people come to you, Bluebird clients. Some people come to you and they drop out of the sky into your lap and immediately sign up the second they find you. The overwhelming majority of the rest of your audience will need a little time. And what you want to map out is what takes them from cold to happy paying client. So for instance, my Facebook group is my funnel. So in that, what is my offer for you to join my Facebook group? I want you to be thinking through what's your offer for people to join your Facebook group. A lot of you guys think that just having a Facebook group is the offer. You're competing with far too many people who are doing way better and more than you are in your group, and they're communicating it way better. So it's not enough to say, join my group. A little better, you get weekly trainings. A little better, you're going to be around other coaches who are just like you. A little better, you even get access to me and can ask me questions. A little better, I have my most valuable resources of how to get leads in your program in a roundup post. And the second you get it, I'm going to tag you in it so that we can get you some leads in and so that you can get your next paying client. Maybe you stack everything that you have. When you join the Leverage Coach community, you get a free copy of GetBookedCRM. Maybe after I start charging for it, I'll include that. You'll get exclusive weekly trainings. You'll be on the insiders list, and you'll also get a free copy of this no longer available book that I wrote or magnet that I have. You don't call it a magnet, but you have a name on it. And clear is better than clever, right? So it needs to be titled clearly. The micro offer is the key to getting the majority of your clients to join your coaching program and become clients. At every step of the way, whether you're aware of it or not, offers are being made. When at the end of this, like my podcast, like a little bit of the offer is that you're going to get content that you can consume wherever to help you grow your business. And hopefully it's more valuable than anywhere else you go. Hopefully it's more valuable than coaching programs you've been in or are in right now that aren't mine. And at the end of it, I make another offer. I say, get your free copy of GetBookedCRM. I say, join my free group. And then for those who are ready, become my next success story. At each step of those are different offers, but those are different parts of my funnel. And I have one straight path that gets people from not knowing me to happy paying client. Does everybody make it all the way to the end? No, it is a numbers game. That sounds cold-hearted, but at the end of the day, everything can be equated down to these key metrics and into key numbers that will indicate your close rate and how many leads find you at the top of your funnel that end up becoming paying clients. When you dial this in and you optimize it and you unpack every offer and you look at each stage, follow me on social media, join my Facebook group, book a call, become a client. That's a very smooth 4-step part of your funnel or a funnel that anyone can take and go and install. If you spend as much time creating the offers for each of that step as you do for the offer to join your coaching program, now you're making it so frictionless for people to be in your world, and you're in that energy of giving that they get the taste of you. They get to see that you know your know-how. They get to see that you're the expert. They get free resources that help them more than other coaching programs they spent tens of thousands of dollars in. This is the recipe for them considering to work with you. And then when they get on the call and at the end you have your promise, urgency, guarantee, bonuses, and price all dialed in, why would they not join your coaching program? So thing number 3 is the micro offer. At every step of the way from cold to paying client, which hardly anyone ever goes from just finding you to paying client. It does happen, but it's the exception, not the norm. Everyone else is going to need to be invited to the next stage. Maybe it's getting your lead magnet. Okay, well, what's the offer for your lead magnet? The promise is that it is going to help you get clear on what to do for getting your six-pack abs. What's the urgency to get it? Well, you could say something like 1,500 other moms and counting have used this to get results. Let's do a better example. Urgency might be when you download this now, you also get this thing and you have a little bit of a timer. Maybe that thing is something that helps them go even further in the checklist. Maybe it's a video training for how to implement the checklist. Maybe it's a case study call you did with other clients who started off with the checklist and then joined your coaching program. Third, you have a guarantee. When you implement what I have for you in this checklist, you have the recipe for getting six-pack abs in 90 days or less. Maybe the guarantee is six-pack abs in 90 days or less. This should also map very closely to your coaching program. Most people aren't going to download your lead magnet and get the result they want, and they know that. So oftentimes the 5 pieces of your coaching offer can map all the way down to the first steps of your funnel because it begins those promises. It begins all of that urgency. It's a little bit different when you get to like price, but it's also not. The price is just zero. The price is your email address and your first name. Fourth, you have bonuses. Okay, well, what are you going to also include? You're going to get the checklist. You're going to get the 30-minute training. You're going to get my 3 case study calls, and you're also going to get the forgotten speech, something I recorded at this event that's not available anywhere else. Yours totally free today when you get your checklist. Why would people not want your checklist? You think people are going to go through some of those resources more than maybe some others? The reality is that everyone has a download folder full of lead magnets on the topic that you teach. Your goal is just to outshine all of them and to do this better and to do this better at each stage, which is putting micro offers together that get them from cold to happy paying client. In the next episode of Client by Client, I'm going to share with you everything I know about rocking group coaching programs and how to coach in groups. So be sure to come back tomorrow for that so you can understand everything we do in the Get Clients program for making our group calls super engaging and helping our clients get results in a one-to-many format. Whenever you are ready, here are a few ways I can help you grow your online business. First, get your free copy of GetBookedCRM. Coaches, are you still managing your leads and pipeline from Instagram DM, Facebook Messenger, and your email inbox? Well, you're losing leads in the cracks and you're leaving a lot of money on the table. That's why I created GetBookedCRM. It helps you get leads and turn them into clients in half the time. To get your free copy, all you have to do is find and follow me on Instagram and DM me the letters CRM. Second, join my free group for online coaches. I've got almost 1,000 coaches in the Leverage Coach community. It's also where I share my free resources, where you get access to me and other coaches from all over the world who are just a step ahead of you at the same step that you're at or one small baby step behind you. To get your free invitation, find and follow me on Instagram and send me the words group and I'll get you your invitation. Lastly, become my next success story. I'm getting some coaches together this month to implement my strategies and frameworks for an immediate 15K injection of brand new clients or doubling your online client roster base over the next 30, 60, 90 days. But finding and working with the right people is the most important thing to me. So only respond to this if you are a relationship-focused coach who always puts the person ahead of the money, you've been coaching for at least 1 year, or you're not brand new last night to online coaching. You would like to get 3 to 5 clients organically every month from social media without wasting money on paid ads. You have at least 300 friends on a social media platform, email list, or group. You are willing to take bold action because you know that your success depends upon it. And last, but maybe most importantly, you can keep a secret. If that's you, I want you to grab your phone right now and find me on Instagram at WhatUpJeremy. And I want for you to send me the words case study. When you do that, I'll ask you a couple questions about your visions and your goals in your online business. And then I'll share with you what we have coming up this month in the Get Clients program, how we're already working with other coaches in the program and how they're crushing it and what you can expect and what will likely have the highest impact on your business the soonest in the program. Again, grab your phone right now, find me on Instagram at WhatUpJeremy and send me the words case study for all of the details. That's it for this episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for tuning in. Cheers. I recorded on mute for like 10 minutes during that. That sucked, but I think I communicated it better the second time. I just hope that everything I need is in this recording. Otherwise, we might be back. Thank you so much for tuning in here. If you made it all the way through to the end, drop me the smiley face emoji with a cowboy hat wherever you're tuning in, and that will be my cue to know that you made it through to the end. Would love to say hi. All right, guys, that's it for me. Enjoy the day. Cheers.